Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the multiverse of movies. Now, I don't have an image up right now on the screen because I decided to do this live stream pretty late. So I'm just gonna go ahead and see if I can pop something up real quick. So you guys are basically gonna be seeing me, BK Dan, Tyran. Welcome to the chat, man. I'm about to read y'all's chat in a bit. Just right now, I'm doing my second ever After Dark video. I've never done it. I don't really have a topic today. Oh, by the way, you guys are seeing the behind the scenes on my new editing software. Um, my new editing software, OBS. You guys are seeing the behind the scenes because I'm actually trying to learn, but at the same time, I also do want to talk to you guys. Except I just messed up right now. I completely messed up. I don't know why I have the second image, but what's up, BK Dan? Welcome, evening Isaac, evening BK Dan. I brought up this random image because I'm an idiot. Um, I mean, I got this shirt right here on this. Well, I got this image on the side, but I'm gonna have to move this one. I am gonna have to move this one. Um, Although I don't know where. I guess let's see. I'm gonna read the chat while I learn how to figure everything out. I'll put that right here on the screen while I'm at it. Also, BK Dan is bringing up Dune. Thank you. Someone's bringing up Dune. So basically, first, let me just say this real quick before we go on with the stream. Today is going to be anything. It's going to be a free for all. It's basically open panel where we're really just going to talk about anything you guys want to. And yeah, Dune. I really like Dune. I think Dune was such a great film. And BK Dan, thank you for bringing it up. But he says, Dune, all I got to say is, dude, awesome. Yeah. Um, Listen, Dune is such a good movie, and look, I'm not even a book like I'm not a fan of the like I've never read the books, so I don't even have experience with it. So take this from me. Anyone who doesn't want to watch Dune yet, or doesn't really want to watch Dune, I really gotta I really gotta recommend it to everyone. Um, it's a great movie. It's a beautiful shot film. The audio in it is really good. Timothy Chalamet is great. Zendaya is great. Denis Villeneuve once again, just ooh, Denis Villeneuve really knew what he was doing when he was making this movie. So wait, hold up. Yeah, sorry if I'm. Yeah, you guys can clearly tell I'm struggling, but it's part of the learning process. Part of the learning process, I'm a small YouTuber. I'm trying to learn. I'm trying to put a specific image. So I'm sorry if I. I'm sorry if I'm taking a while on this editing. But hey, at least you guys get the behind the scenes. I recently decided to move away from StreamYard because I don't think StreamYard is all that good. So I moved to OBS because OBS is it works. It works a lot better. I don't have an image. I don't have an image up. Like, hold up. I'm trying to put an image up right now because that was the image I wanted it, but I actually didn't even prepare this stream. Hold up. Let me see if I can put. Okay, there we go. There we go. Okay, now I'm figuring it out, but I'm a small YouTuber, so I'm naive. I'm not familiar with all this BS. So, oh yeah, finally figured it out. Finally figured it out. So you guys are getting to see me struggle, but that's part of it, man. That's part of it. Um, so so there's the image I wanted to pop up. The only thing I don't like is that I need to figure out how to put the other images in there at the same time. Let me see if I can move this. Yada yada yada. Let's see if we're in frame. And I'm also gonna try putting the. I'm also gonna try putting the chat on screen. But BK Dan says saw it on the big screen and read a lot of the books. That's awesome, man. I personally am planning on buying the books because I didn't know what Dune really was, to be honest. But now I want to know, and I gotta say I'm hooked. I'm hooked on Dune. I am definitely hooked on Dune. after seeing the movie itself, I I really want to see it. Or I want to read the book. I don't know why I'm making it sound like I need to see a book. Okay, but anyways, let me ignore myself. But anyways, BK Dan says loved Momoa in it. Yeah, I really loved Momoa in it too. I think Momoa was great. Everyone was great. Josh Brolin was great. Zendaya, she was barely on. Like I didn't expect very little of Zendaya, but regardless, she was great in her parts. Timothée Chalamet once again. I think Timothée Chalamet is the best up and coming actor in the world right now. BK Dan says no problem on learning curve. I'm learning on writing a small book. I've been working on self-publishing through Amazon. Ooh, that's awesome. BK Dan, when you publish it, please inform me. Please inform me. I would like to catch up on that. And that's actually pretty cool, man. And thank you for having patience. You know, a lot of people like professionalism. I'll be honest. I like professionalism too, but sometimes it is what it is. But anyways, let me see if I can figure it out. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out how to put another image here, but for some reason it's not letting me. That's weird. It's very, very weird. Uh, I guess that's because the webcam frame is there. Okay. Um, hold up. Uh, yeah, I can't seem to put the image up there for some reason, and I'm also trying to get the chat. I mean, I should have. To be honest, it's my fault. I should have prepared the stream earlier. But hey, at the end of the day, all I really want to do is talk movies today. But yeah, Dune. I did do a non-spoiler review on the channel last week. I think Dune was great. I think it's a perfect IMAX movie. I think this movie is Dolby Atmos cinema kind of level of movie, IMAX, whatever, because the audio in it is just so good, man. It's so good. Uh, like the audio mixing, like I audio to me is the most important, one of the most important things in a movie, and and as a audio person, I can really say that I don't. Okay, hold up. I'm messing up. But as a person who's a big fan of audio in movies and in music and anything really, even here on YouTube, I when I began doing YouTube, I think around when I had only 50, 60 subscribers, I decided to invest on this current mic that I have, which is a Blue Yeti, uh, because I cared so much about audio that I was willing to spend $120, even though I wasn't making money on YouTube. I was, I was actually, I was actually, I was saving money just so I could buy the microphone because I cared too much about audio. I was that nitpicky. I wanted it to be perfect. The audio. I didn't even invest on camera for a while. I just used my MacBook camera. And eventually, I did invest on a camera. And by the way, to people who didn't watch my last live stream, which was on Thursday, the reason why I'm not recording is because for some reason, when I tried putting the camera last time, for some reason, it wasn't like the audio in the cam. They were like not coming out at the same time. It's kind of like they were separate. Um, it's weird. It's weird, but it's weird, but it is what it is. Let's see if I can. Um, hold up. All right. So for some reason the images aren't popping up. That's It's weird. That's weird. But let me read the rest of the comments. We'll send you a link. Oh wait, hold up. Oh wait, no, wait. Okay, no problem. I'm almost done with the first one. It's a journal usable for playing Dungeons and Dragons. That's actually pretty cool, man. Maybe one day that'll be the next. That'll be the next Dune movie, or the next Lord of the Rings, or whichever book that became a franchise. But BK Dan says we'll send you a link when it posts the regular book. That's awesome, man. Thank you, man. You know where to find me. I have Instagram. I have Twitter. So wherever you ever want to message me, a Discord or whatever, I'm always here, man. Um, but yeah, we'll send you. Okay, wait, no, I already read that one. Been playing since '84. Wonder Woman '84. That's actually pretty cool, man. That's pretty cool. Good on you, man. Good on you. It's always good to be creative. It's always good to do cool things like that. But yeah, hold up. Let me see if I can figure this out. Okay, hold up. I think I'm getting the gist of it now. Uh, no, I don't want that. Okay, and there we go. So I have it locked. I have this image. Okay. Hold up. Oh wait, I have that image locked. So okay, next comment from Tyran. Dune was fantastic, and the fact that I'm still thinking about it is so incredible. The cinematography, the score, the acting, all of it was just fantastic. Yeah, man, I agree. All of it was, all of it was pretty cool. All of Dune was pretty good. I will admit, I did feel the runtime, and while the movie felt pretty slow to me, uh, I still enjoyed it for what it was, and I can't wait for Dune Part Two, man. I really wish they shot the movie back to back, but sadly sadly Warner Bros didn't want to do that. They didn't trust Denis Villeneuve. I understand why, but at the same time, it's like imagine if they did this for Lord of the Rings, Fellowship of the Ring, and then went on with A Tale of Two Towers. It's like imagine how mad people would have been. But anyways, um, next comment from BK Dan. Yeah, I discovered you when you had about 300 subscribers. Dang, man, you've been here for like early 2020, because early 2020 was when my channel was growing, because I started this year off with with less than 100 subscribers. This year has been big on my YouTube channel. We're now at 1,000 subscribers, so thank you everyone for the amazing support that you guys have shown a lot to the channel. Um, okay, there we go. I had it locked. I had it locked. So what I'm gonna try doing is putting this here. Huh. All right. Okay. Um, sorry. Yeah, that didn't work. That didn't work. That did not work. But anyways, let me read the other comment. Um, uh, BK Dan says, "Can't catch you live Thursdays. Got a D&D game at that time, dude. Priorities, JK. Nah, man, it's all right, man. It's cool. Um, I will say I need to start scheduling my streams ahead in advance, like at least an hour, because I that's the one thing I slack on with my live streams. But yeah, um, but yeah, I mean, shout out to you, man. You've been here for some time. I don't. I believe I remember when I first saw you on a chat, on a live chat. I saw your name, and I'm like, dude, I've heard that name before. Where, like, somewhere on a big YouTube channel. And I think after 5 seconds, I realized, wait a minute, he's on John Campia's on his super chats pretty often, and I'm like, oh, okay, so that's where the name comes from. And now, ever since that day, so basically, what I do is every morning I go for my morning runs. I go like at 4 a.m. I go out and run outside for like 2 hours. And during those 2 hours, I listen to the John Campia show on Spotify. I'm actually more used to listening to John Campia on Spotify than on YouTube. But I do listen to a lot of John Campia, and when every time I hear BK Dan, I'm like, heck yeah, man, I love BK Dan. So it's always cool to see his name pop up while I'm like listening on headphones while I'm running in my neighborhood. So it's pretty cool, man. But yeah, let me catch the next comment. Um, Next comment from Tyrant says, "I wish they shot it back to back. Imagine how huge that would be." Yeah, man, that would be huge. I wish they did that, but sadly they didn't go the Lord of the Rings route. They didn't do that. They decided to wait. But to be fair, I'm so glad that they announced this today, or not today, yesterday, I believe, or no, 2 days ago. 2 days ago they announced it, and 2 days ago when they announced it, it was pretty obvious that before the movie ever before this has been planned for like almost a year, probably it was planned for almost a year that the movie was going to come out. Like they were planning already on part 2. it was pretty obvious, and I'm glad that they thought about this already. Because I remember when I when I saw the first Dune movie, I'm like, dang, we're not gonna get part two until probably until like 2024. And then when they announced it, I'm like, oh, okay, so I guess a year less is better than anything. But yeah, next comment, yeah, just about 16. Moss been here. Um, I'm not. Wait, what? What does Moss mean? Sorry about that. I'm a little confused. But next comment. Tyrant says, "Huge congratulations to you, buddy, for making great content. I hope your channel goes far." Thank you, Tyrant. And by the way, shout out to Tyrant too, man. Me and him, we text often on Instagram. We send each other like news that's happening, like if something happens recent. So shout out to Tyrant, man. He also has a YouTube channel, which is the name that he's presenting here on the channel. So if you want to see trailer reactions or like movie reviews, go check Tyran out. He has a positive energy. He's a very fun guy. He's a very good guy. So go subscribe to his channel if you would like. But anyways, next comment from BK Dan, dude, you knew me from from Campia. Yeah, man, your name pops up so often that I got so used to hearing that name that when I saw it on my channel, I'm like, dude, I've heard that name before, BK Dan. I always hear John Campia eventually pops up with BK Dan, and I'm like, yeah. There are a couple of times that I have super chatted. I don't super chat as often, so in fact, I can't even tell you which videos I've super chatted in, but I have a couple of times. Yeah, it's pretty cool. I remember the first time I ever super chatted was around, I believe, 2020. And I remember when he said the name Isaac the Film Geek, I was actually pretty happy because he is my favorite YouTuber. Although back then, that's what my YouTube channel name was. Now it's Multiverse of Movies. By the way, I got to change up this image that I have. I need to crop out the purple because I don't know. I don't like that square purple. But anyways, next comment, BK Dan, dude, love you too, like a brother from another mother. Heck yeah, we're all film loving brothers and sisters here, man. You know, the movie community, that's what it is, man. Where we're like brothers. We're a community. Even if we don't know each other personally, it's still cool to just talk to other people about the stuff you love. Because movies are the number one thing I love in the world. They just make me happy. They're great, and movies in general, they make me happy. I love movies, and that's why I even made this channel, because I just wanted to talk about movies. Actually, the main reason why I created this channel was during the pandemic. I was just what happened, what inspired me was a couple of things. Now, number one, it's because I annoy everyone I know talking a lot about movies. Like, everyone in my personal life gets eventually annoyed when I talk about movies, and they eventually get annoyed. And so during the pandemic, the less and less I spoke about it. I remember on Instagram, I went on a live stream on Instagram, way before I ever had a YouTube channel, and I was talking to a friend about Batman, and I believe we went on so long that we were talking like at 4 a.m. about Batman, and then I realized I want to do this. I want to be able to just get on camera and just talk movies, and that's how eventually Isaac the Film Geek began, and eventually we changed the brand to Multiverse of Movies. I still keep Isaac the Film Geek on my social medias because I do want people to know me as Isaac. Multiverse of Movies is the channel, because to me, the reason why I changed the name was because I wanted the name to be more aware of it being a place for movie fans rather than it just being me. And that's why I eventually changed it to Multiverse of Movies. I didn't want the channel to be just me. I wanted the channel to be the wonderful world of movies, and eventually I came up with the name Multiverse of Movies, which I actually like it. I think it's pretty good as a brand. It feels a little more less selfish, but yeah, that's just the reason why I changed it. But yeah, next comment, October 2022. Oh, okay, you mean 2023? Yeah, 2023 is when we're getting the next Dune movie. I really wish it was next year. Like Avenger, it's like Infinity War and Endgame. You know, I wish it was a back-to-back movie rather than having to wait so long for it. But anyways, next comment. Listen. Oh, Tyrant says, listening to podcasts on Spotify are fantastic. I used to listen to my favorite podcasts on YouTube, but now since I got Spotify, I love them. Yeah, I use Spotify because Spotify is specific. Like, on YouTube, you lose a lot of battery if you have it, because YouTube, unless you have what's that called? YouTube. What is it called? I think it's YouTube Premium. Unless you have that, you can't turn off your phone while you while you're listening to stuff. And Spotify has that. Spotify Spotify is, you can turn it off and then listen to it, and it's also specifically made for podcasting. And I also like that you can skip ads on Spotify or in podcast. I actually don't listen to music on Spotify, but when it comes to podcasts, Spotify is the best app. And I listen a lot. John Campia is the main guy I listen to. There's also Sean Chandler, who has this very small podcast that he's rarely ever uploaded. But I also listen to They're Just Movies. Their old name used to be Carpool Critics. I also listen to other stuff that isn't related to movies. I mainly listen to movie stuff, but sometimes I'll listen to, like, for example, Joe Rogan. I like listening to a little bit of Joe Rogan. I'm not a big Joe Rogan fan, but there's a couple of episodes I like from him that he uploads, and I like them. I like them. They're interesting. But anyways, next comment. But yeah, I'm a big Spotify guy. I like listening to Spotify podcasts. But next comment. Sorry, 2023. Yeah, you corrected it. Moss. Oh, okay. Months is Moss. So what you were saying earlier is that you've been here for 16 months. That's actually pretty. That's pretty. That's a very long time. But next comments. Tyran says, "Can you share your thoughts on fans going crazy over the lack of the second No Way Home trailer?" Also, thanks, man, for that awesome shout out. Hey, no problem, man, Tyran. You've supported this channel a lot. You've supported me on all social media, so thank you, man, for even being here tonight. But um, uh, yeah, the No Way Home trailer has been a big. I actually made a video on it, and I ended up not uploading it because I didn't want to upload it. I just didn't see a purpose to it. But since you brought it up, I'm like, might as well talk about it. I'll be honest, I'm a fan who's right now, like, every day I'm just waiting for a new Spider-Man No Way Home trailer, and obviously I'm not getting it anytime soon. Um, to the fans who are harassing Sony, please stop it. There's no purpose to it. It's not going to change Sony's mind. I understand. I understand the frustration as a fan. I understand the frustration. Believe me, been there, done that. But as human beings, I do think we need to stop harassing Sony for not, especially for these other, like Resident Evil. A trailer for Resident Evil dropped, and a lot of people were like spamming the dislike button because it wasn't No Way Home. It's like, dude, the people who worked on Resident Evil worked so hard on that. Like, imagine working so long and so many years to give you Resident. And look, I'm not even I don't even know what Resident Evil is, but even though I don't even play Resident Evil or whatever it is, even I'm still like, that takes a long time. And it's like, imagine working that much time just so that a bunch of Spider-Man fans start attacking you because you're not No Way Home, even though you're not even involved in that project. So it's like, it's kind of pointless. But yeah, it is what it is. I hope fans understand. You can't change anything. Um, but yeah, I think I put the chat box now on screen. I don't know what to do with this whole the chat box won't pop up, but I'll just put that here for now. I guess that's better than anything. At least the comments pop up right there. But next comment, Tyran says, "I remember when you used to be called Isaac the Film Geek. That name change makes a lot of sense, and it makes it sound more unique and original." Yeah, man, I agree. Yeah, Isaac the Film Geek. I still keep it as my Twitter and Instagram because my Twitter and Instagram are my personal accounts. So it makes sense for me to keep it as Isaac the Film Geek because I do want people to know me as Isaac, because I think it's simpler. And yeah, I prefer Multiverse of Movies as the YouTube name because I do want YouTube to be. I didn't want it to be just known as just me because sometimes I'll bring on other people on the channel, and not only that, but I don't when people look at the name of the channel, I wanted it to be a name that people can look at and be like, "Hey, look, this is a place for movie fans," and I wanted that to be it. Isaac the Film Geek was more just a personal thing, but I do still keep it on the side, just in case. But yeah, next comment. But thank you for the love, Tyran. Thank you so much. But next comment, BK Dan says, "Yeah, my first real book will be a story of my first D&D character told from his point of view." That's actually very interesting. That's very interesting. And also, we're about to get or not about to, but I know there's a Dungeons and Dragons movie in production with wait, what's the actor's name? Why am I freezing on his name? Steve Trevor. Steve Trevor. Yeah, there we go. Steve Trevor. Or not Steve Trevor. That's his character. Chris Pine. Chris Pine. There we go. Chris Pine. I know he's gonna be in a new D&D movie. So that's pretty interesting. I know a lot of people aren't fans of the Jeremy Irons one. Um, I can't say I'm excited, but I like Chris Pines, and I guess I'll be interested if something happens. I don't know. Maybe it's gonna be good. Maybe it's bad. I don't know. But oh well. Next comment from Tyran. YouTube Premium is the best. I remember when it used to be called YouTube Red. I remember hearing it used to be called YouTube Red, and then they eventually changed it apparently. Um, I don't have YouTube Premium. I'm fine with just listening to the ads. I don't really pay for many premium premierships. Uh, like I don't pay for Spotify Premium. I just listen to the ad version. But I do pay a lot on streaming services. Like I have HBO Max and I have Disney Plus, but I do borrow my friends' Netflix and Hulu accounts. But we do kind of like a trade. The only thing that sucks is that none of my friends have Peacock, and I really don't want to pay for Peacock. And the main reason is because Peacock has The Office and Parks and Recreation, and The Office is my favorite show of all time, and I would love to watch it again. But it's Peacock just isn't that interesting to me. I'll admit I was actually about to watch Halloween Kills on Peacock because I didn't want to go to the theater that day. I was feeling like I was getting a headache, and I was like, you know what? Screw it. I gotta go support this movie theatrically. Peacock isn't gonna help. It's not like I'll keep Peacock after more than a month. So I was like, not don't get Peacock. Instead, enjoy Halloween Kills where it was meant to be seen at, which is the theater. Um, but that's just my perspective. Anyways, next comment. Um, all right. Okay. So BK Dan says that the new Dungeons and Dragons movie is gonna be starring Chris Pine. Yeah, I forgot completely if he was gonna star in it, but thank you for letting me know. Um, but but about Chris Pine, I think Chris Pine's such a great actor. I love those Wonder Woman movies that he's in, and the reason why I love them the most is because Chris Pine is just so good in those movies. I believe he's helped Gal Gadot a lot grow in those movies because Gal Gadot was not an actress before. I mean, she was in Fast and Furious, but let's be honest, she wasn't casted for her acting abilities. But I really feel like Chris Pine's really helped Gal Gadot grow as an actress, and I think she's improved. Um, the trailers for Red Notice have not intrigued me that much, but I think Gal Gadot looks great in it. I'm also excited to see her in that Cleopatra movie with Patty Jenkins. I'm excited to see Wonder Woman 3, even though I'm not a fan of Wonder Woman 84. I'm still very excited to see that the scene of next Wonder Woman 3. I think while I didn't like Wonder Woman 84, I still I'm still left excited to see what's next because I do love that first Wonder Woman movie. But that's just my perspective. Anyways, next comment from Tyran, the movie chief. I like that name. I really like that name. But I got Peacock. I could hook you up with it if you want. Oh, that's awesome, man. I'm I'm more than if you want to let me borrow. If you want to let me borrow your Peacock, man, I happily do it. Send it to me on Instagram if you want. Shout out to you, man. If you need to borrow one of my either HBO Max or Disney Plus, you let me know because those are the streaming services I pay for. But thank you, Tyran, man. That means a lot, man. That means a lot. And again, to anyone watching this, shout out to him, man. If you want trailer reactions, if you want movie reviews, if you want anything related to movies, go subscribe to him. Follow him on Instagram because he's awesome and he talks a lot about movies. So if you love movies, you're going to love his channel. But anyways, next comment from BK Dan on/off topic. Can't technically there is no topic, so it's fine. But I can't wait till Amazon deal to buy MGM, so I'll finally get more stuff from the Stargate universe. Yeah, I'm excited for Amazon to finally purchase MGM because MGM has kind of been that it's been a company that's not been very popular in the last decade. So it is so it is cool to see Amazon buying them. Who Amazon is serious about the streaming service. They're serious about their brands and everything. So seeing them buy MGM kind of shows me that it seems like they really want to bring back all the big popular IPs from the MGM brand. So yeah, I'm very excited. I'm very excited for Amazon to finally buy MGM. So yeah, I'm very excited. But anyways, next comment from Tyran. Chris Pine was so good in the Wonder Woman movies. I like 1990 and 1984, but not as much as the originals. Yeah, I love the first Wonder Woman movie. I think I always struggle. So when I do my DCU ranking, and you guys know I love the DCU, Zack Snyder's Justice League is my favorite movie of all time. Batman vs Superman is in my top three favorite uh, movies of all time. And Man of Steel, Suicide Squad, they're all up there. Wonder Woman is definitely in my top five. Wonder Woman, the first one, is definitely my top five. But I often struggle. So my third favorite DCU movie is the new James Gunn Suicide Squad movie. But my fourth and fifth, I've always, if you've ever seen my DCEU rankings, I've always struggled on which movie I love more, Man of Steel or Wonder Woman, and every time I feel like more every time my opinion changes. Like today you could ask me that question and I could say Man of Steel. Tomorrow you could ask me that question and I would say Wonder Woman. It's a little funny. It's funny my pattern that I work with. It's funny the pattern I have because I love both those movies, but I just don't know which one I like more, and or which one I love more. But most of the time I will say Wonder Woman because I just love that first Wonder Woman movie. But Wonder Woman 84, I remember I bought my tickets and I love the trailers looked so good. I was excited to see Cheetah. I was excited to see I was excited to see Pedro Pascal as Maxwell Lord. Excited to see Gal Gadot and Chris Pine back at it again. I was excited to see what they would do with this 80s vibe of a movie. Excited for everything. And not only that, but I was even more excited because it was coming out during a time where very few movies were coming out. December of 2020. And I believe the last big Deadpool film that came out that year was Tenet, and that was around no, it was around August or September-ish, like in the big blockbuster movies. So when Wonder Woman 84, even though I already had HBO Max, I bought my tickets. I was like, nah, I gotta see this in theaters. I was so excited for it. I even so on some of my videos I'll often show this by, but on like October, I actually watched The Dark Knight on a Cinemark near me, and I purchased this Wonder Woman 84 bucket that they had for like $10. It was this popcorn bucket of Wonder Woman and Wonder Woman 84. That's how excited I was for the movie because I really liked. I had to buy the bucket, and I watched the movie. I If you watch, actually everyone on the channel after the stream, go actually find my review. You probably put all these videos. It would probably pop up, and it would be around December. It was around December after Christmas, and I I I watched Wonder Woman, and I remember I left the theater and I was kind of denying that I didn't like the movie. I often do that a lot when there's a movie I'm excited for and I don't end up liking it. I actually tend to deny that. I tend to deny it, like kind of like a child when they're told no. I tend to deny it, which is kind of immature of me. But I was denying and denying, and then eventually I I realized I think after when I was doing my review, I tend to prepare my reviews by writing a couple of notes. When I was preparing, I was like, yeah, I don't like Wonder Woman 84, and I didn't expect that because I love the original Wonder Woman 84 movie. I mean, the original Wonder Woman movie from 2017. And I was so surprised. I was surprised that I didn't like it. And then I think like a month later, I decided, hey, I'm gonna rewatch it. And typically when I love a movie, I'll I'll rewatch it, especially theatrically. But with Wonder Woman 84, I just could not bring myself to rewatch it. And so I think like 2 months, 3 months later, I decided to rewatch it again. I went through the first 20 minutes and I gave up. I struggled watching it. There are a couple of things I like. I like the color palette. I like the colors in it. Chris Pine is once again great in it. I think Kristen Wiig as Cheetah is great. I think Pedro Pascal's Maxwell Lord is awesome. I think he was a great actor in that. He was pretty good, but honestly, I didn't like the movie. Sorry if I spoke too much about it, but yeah, I didn't end up liking it. But anyways, next comment. Let me move my mic. I know you guys can't see me, but let me move my mic real quick just so I can get a good position. But anyways, next topic or next comment. BK Dan says, don't do Instagram, only Facebook, Twitter. I got a Twitter account. I'm actually very active on my Twitter recently. I want to be more active on my Twitter, which I believe you follow me in. But I do want to say to people watching right now, I want to be more active on Twitter. I'm very active on Instagram, but I want to be more active on Twitter because Twitter seems much more easier and more simpler. And yesterday I was actually very active on it. But yeah, there you go. But anyways, Tyrion says, I'm a lot like you because my family watches movies, but they're not huge fans as I do. I mean, seriously, dude, I go to the movies almost every week, and anyone who knows me knows that I love movies. Yeah, I noticed on your Instagram stories that you go to the movies pretty often. Like you just recently you went to go watch Dune and Halloween Kills, and I noticed that. But yeah, everyone around me or people who know me, they know I'm a big movie guy. They know that I love movies. In fact, you guys have seen my bedroom. It's the studio I record in. I have a lot of movie related stuff, whether it's posters, Funko Pops, figures, and movies themselves. I have stacks of movies, and everyone around me knows how much I love movies. And even people who don't know me and talk to me for like 5 minutes, they'll realize how much of a movie nerd I am because I often reference movie like Superbad. I reference Superbad almost every often. I reference Avengers, or I reference Justice League, or I reference Star Wars, and everyone around me really knows how much I watch movies. And everyone around me calls me crazy when I say this, but every time a movie comes out that I'm excited for, I try to watch it the earliest I can. Whether it's like the first, typically I watch the movie on the very opening Thursday it's out. Like for example, the Eternals, I already booked my tickets. I booked my tickets the day they were on sale, the first day, and that was I booked them for next week on Thursday. So I am going to be doing a review on that on Friday morning. So be on the lookout for that to everyone watching. But yeah, I'm a big movie guy, and it's awesome to meet fellow movie fans like you, Tyran and BK Dan. It's always awesome to meet other fellow film fans. But yeah, next comment. BK Dan says, can't wait, counting down the time, 18 hours, 20 minutes till a new Doctor Who episode, BBC America. I've actually never seen Doctor Who, but I should probably start watching it just because I've heard a lot of good reviews on it. I've never seen it, but I'm glad that you're excited for the movie, man. I'm personally myself, I've never seen it, but I should probably get into it. I know Peter Capaldi's in it, and I actually like Peter Capaldi, but I should probably watch it. But yeah, next comment. My Tyran says my top 3 favorite DC movies are The Suicide Squad, Snyder's Justice League, and Shazam, and Wonder Woman at my number 4. Yeah, man, I love all those movies. I love Shazam. Shazam is not in my top 5 DCU movies, but Zack Snyder's Justice League. Like every time I list off my top 10, I'm listing off movies that are popular. I list off Back to the Future. I list off Matrix. I list off Godfather Part 1, Godfather Part 2. I mention a lot of the popular movies. Star Wars Return of the Jedi is in that top 10. But when I say that Zack Snyder's Justice League is my favorite movie of all time, everyone calls me crazy for it. Everyone really thinks I'm crazy. Everyone, like every person, or every movie person, or if you're not a movie, like even to non-movie people, when I tell them Zack Snyder's Justice League, I I tell them, they're like, what? What's Zack Snyder's Justice League? Why is the director's name on the title? And it's always a tough thing to answer. But yeah, next comment. And also I love Suicide Squad. Suicide Squad made it my 3rd favorite DCU movie. A lot of Snyder fans that I'm close to were not fans of how much I praised Suicide Squad. But I actually recently, this week, I bought it on Blu-ray. If you follow me on Instagram, I believe I posted that I bought it on Blu-ray. Like I pre-ordered it early because I like pre-ordering Blu-ray copies. But I got a Blu-ray version and I actually watched the movie, and it ended up being my 6th time watching Suicide Squad. That's how much I love the movie. But yeah, next comment. BK Dan says, oh, speaking of buying tickets, just bought my tickets for Eternals. My son and I on 7th November. That's pretty cool, man. I'm excited that you're going to be able to watch it. Eternals. I'm excited for Eternals. The trailers looked pretty good. I'm excited. Also, Andrew Casali, welcome to the chat, man. Welcome to Multiverse After Dark, episode 2, the second time we ever do this. But anyways, let me continue. Oh, wait, I think Andrew Casali, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe Andrew Casali is a Doctor Who fan. So BK Dan, there you go. There's another Doctor Who fan in the chat, if I'm correct. I could be wrong, but hey man, I hope you and your son have a great time watching Eternals. I'm excited for it. I'm gonna watch it this Thursday night. Gonna do a non-spoiler review on it on 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 Thursday. No, on Friday I'll upload it, but on Thursday I'll watch it. Non-spoiler review. I don't like doing spoiler reviews because that kind of defeats the purpose of a spoiler to me. But I I'm excited for Eternals. I know it's the first run. It's the first time a MCU movie's been run, but I don't care. I'm probably gonna like it. Maybe I won't. Maybe I will. I don't know. I don't expect it to be in my top 5 like Shang-Chi did, but I'm still excited. I'm still excited. Also, by the way, let me just say this real quick. Shang-Chi is the biggest surprise of this year to me personally. Me personally as a movie fan, because when like you can probably find my video of the first teaser reaction I did to Shang-Chi, and I wasn't that excited. I didn't know. The only reason why I was excited was because of Tony Leung. Tony Leung. Um, that was like the only reason. And Simu Liu, I had seen him in Kim's Convenience, but I wasn't familiar with him outside of Kim's Convenience. Aquafina, I was never the biggest Aquafina fan, to be fair, but I I Shang-Chi surprised me because I watched it on IMAX, and it was the first time I'd seen an IMAX movie in over a year, and I loved it. I loved Shang-Chi. I remember leaving the theater thinking that is definitely top 10 MCU to me personally. I did not expect that. I thought Shang-Chi was just going to be kind of like Black Widow, where I liked it, but I just wasn't that big of a fan of it. But Shang-Chi ended up surprising me, and let's see what Eternals does. Maybe it'll be as good as Shang-Chi to me. Maybe it won't. I don't know. I loved Shang-Chi a lot. You guys know how much I praised Shang-Chi, but yeah. Next comment. Um, okay, what comment was I on? Okay, BK Dan says, I reference Princess Bride a lot along with Spaceballs, mostly. Man, I love Spaceballs is my favorite spoof movie, mainly because it's obviously a Star Wars spoof, but I don't tend to reference Princess Bride a lot. But when I do, I think everyone knows what I'm about to say. My name is Inigo Montoya. You killed my father. Pretend to die. A lot of people, since I'm pretty young, I'm very young. A lot of people in my generation didn't watch Princess Bride, and to be fair, I didn't watch it until pretty late. I I tend to reference that a lot when I'm like pretending like I'm gonna fight someone just as a joke. I'll tend to say, "My name is Inigo Montoya. You killed you killed my father." Did I say wife? Sorry if I said wife. Okay, you killed my father. Prepare to die. I often repeat that a lot, and I always get asked, why do I reference that? Like, what is that from? And I'm like, that's from Princess Bride. How do you not know that? But oh well. But anyways, next comment. Wait, where was I on? Okay, there we go. Tyran says, dude, so while I was listening to the stream, I was ranking the DC movies, and I totally forgot about 2017 Justice League. Yeah, I tend to forget about that movie because to me, Zack Snyder's version kind of replaced it. But look, I don't like just. I think the movie I hate most in my life is 2017's Justice League. I don't like it at all. But I did meet recently one of my subscribers. Not gonna say his name, but he did say that 2017's Justice League is a movie he really likes, and it's in his top 10 comic book movies of all time. And I gotta give him praise for that. You know, all films are subjective, and it's wrong for me to deny the love of someone. But I will admit that it's the movie I hate most in my life. Yeah. But anyways, next comment from BK Dan. The entire reboot episodes are on HBO Max. Next comment. Andrew Casali says, I just thought this. If Toby is in No Way Home, at least I still have the Raimi trilogy, which are amazing films to still watch Toby. It's not the end of the world. Yeah, man. I mean, it's always awesome to have more Toby Maguire. I love Toby Maguire, man. I love the Spider-Man 2 with the passion. But yeah. Next comment. Tyran says, don't you mean the Suicide Squad? Okay, yeah, my bad. I apologize for getting mismanagement. When I was talking about Suicide Squad earlier, I was talking about the James Gunn Suicide Squad movie. I don't like Suicide Squad 2016. And I only have 3 DCU movies I don't like. The one I hate the most is Justice League 2017, and then second is Wonder Woman 84. I don't hate Wonder Woman 84, but I just don't like it. And Suicide Squad, I don't like that movie. And I was surprised. I think after the night after I watched Wonder Woman 84, I literally was ranking the DCU on myself, and I'm like, wow, I think Suicide Squad 2016 is a better movie than Wonder Woman 84. And now I was like, never in my life did I think I'd see a DCU movie do as poor as Suicide Squad. Or that's just my personal opinion, but I did love James Gunn's movie version of it. But yeah. Um, uh, Andrew Casali says, I am a Doctor Who fan. How did you know? The reason why I know is because I remembered you mentioned it on a chat. Because I have a good memory. I tend to remember a lot of small details. but yeah, yeah, I remember that you mentioned that you were a Doctor Who fan. But yes, and when I saw your name and I saw that BK Dan mentioned Doctor Who, I'm like, and might as well get them to see that. But anyways, next comment. What comment was I on? Okay, hold up. Okay, Tyran says I'm super excited for Eternals. Yeah, me too, man. I'm excited for Eternals. Maybe it'll be my favorite MCU movie. Maybe it won't. I don't know. But regardless of that, I'm still gonna be looking forward to it. I'm still gonna be looking forward to it. But anyways, next comment. Tyran says, I got my ticket for Thursday. I will post my reaction to the post-credit scenes like I did with Let There Be Carnage. Oh, yeah, that was pretty awesome of you. Everyone watching, Tyran actually did a reaction to the post-credit scene for Venom, Let There Be Carnage, which I thought was pretty cool. I think that was pretty cool to have the reaction. I reacted really. I was shocked when I saw Venom because I was able to hide from the spoilers and seeing. Oh, wait a minute. Okay, let me just give a disclaimer. We are going to be spoiling Venom Let There Be Carnage. It's been long enough. If you've not seen it, then you probably don't care. So I'm just going to might as well spoil it. So if you have not seen Venom Let There Be Carnage, I'm about to say some spoilers. So 3, 2, 1. I was excited when that post-credit scene popped up and we saw Tom Holland's Spider-Man on the TV screen. And you saw that there was a multiversal shift. And yeah, I'm excited. But anyways. Tyrion says Shang-Chi is definitely my top 5 MCU movies. Yeah, definitely. Let me actually try listing off my top 5 MCU movies. So number 1 is Guardians of the Galaxy. That one's always easily. I love Guardians of the Galaxy. Number 2 is Thor Ragnarok. And number 3 is Spider-Man Homecoming. Now, this is just my personal view. Number 3 is Spider-Man Homecoming. Those are my top 3. Those are the top 3 I always remember. Number 4, I would probably say number 4 would go to what number 4? What would I put number 4? I always have a tough. Maybe Doctor Strange, because I love that Doctor Strange movie a lot. Or maybe Iron Man 1 could be there. Or maybe I think Shang-Chi might as well be in that spot. Endgame could be there. Well, I prefer Infinity War, but I don't know if they would be in my top 5. Winter Soldier is in my top 5, maybe. I don't know. But yeah, that's my top 3. I have to think about that. That will take me a while because there's a lot of MCU movies, and I would have to take time to process it. But my top 3 favorite MCU movies are Guardians of the Galaxy, Thor Ragnarok, and Spider-Man Homecoming. And yes, I'm a big Sam Raimi, Tobey Maguire fan, and everyone gets shocked at how much I praise Homecoming, because I love Homecoming. Everyone knows me as a massive Maguire fan, but I love Homecoming. I have a deep love for Homecoming. But yeah, next comment. BK Dan says, my favorite reference to Princess Bride is "We will fight to the pain." Yeah, I love that reference. I tend to reference more the Inigo Montoya one, but yeah, that's a pretty good one too. But yeah, Tyrion says, I never saw the Princess Bride, but I know the meme. Yeah, it's become pretty iconic, the meme itself. But yeah, next comment. Tyrion says, back in 2017, I really loved Justice League, but after Snyder's Justice League, damn. Yeah, I when the first Justice League movie came out, I did see it in theaters. I remember I thought this is the end of DC, and I've said this on the channel before, but growing up, my biggest love first began with DC, where I grew up reading Batman comics, Superman comics, Flash comics. And I grew up watching the Batman animated series, grew up watching Superman and Justice League animated stuff, and I grew up watching a lot of this. I grew up watching some of the Christopher Reeves movies. I grew up watching Brandon Routh's Superman Returns. Um, I grew up watching a lot of DC related material. And so when the DCU, like I've said this before, back in when Man of Steel came out, which was in 2013, I was 11 years old. And at the time, while I was a big movie fan, I never understood the passion of cinema at the time. I used to just see movies as entertainment, which they are. Obviously, they are. But, um, but when I saw Man of Steel, it was the first time in my life that I saw a movie and left speechless. I left, and look, Man of Steel is not my favorite movie of all time, but it's definitely my top 50, whatever my top 50 is. But I remember watching it as an 11-year-old. I grew up loving Superman, grew up loving Batman. I grew up loving these larger than life characters, and seeing Man of Steel, seeing Superman represented as a beacon of hope was the beginning of a long love for movies to me. And I always say that story a lot, but it's the truth. And growing up a DC fan, I do have a specific bias towards DC. I remember when Justice League came out, I thought never in my life did I feel like it was the end of something I loved. Because it wasn't that long, 2017. Because at the time, everyone didn't like, a lot of people hated Batman vs. Superman. A lot of people hated Suicide Squad. So did I. But a lot of people were mixed about Man of Steel. A lot of people were saying how DC hasn't been good since the Dark Knight trilogy. I remember 2017 was a hard year, and when I saw Justice League, it felt like it was the end of that era it felt like the end of a lifetime of memories, because I did grow up loving Justice League. And when I hear people say that certain things ruined their experience and it changed their life in a negative way, I never understood it until I watched 2017's Justice League. And I watched it and I saw that it seemed like Warner Bros. Panicked in a way and quick. I didn't know the story at the time of what happened with the Snyder stuff and all that. Back then I didn't keep up with directors, but um, I I I watched Justice League, and I was left in a point where I was like, I'm not a DC fan anymore. For the first time in my life, I gave up on DC. Eventually, Aquaman 2018 came out, and it gave me a little bit of hope. Shazam gave me a little bit of hope, but I think the Joker movie was the thing that gave me more hope than I ever did in a long time. Zack Snyder's Justice League is obviously my favorite movie of all time. That movie completely surprised me and shocked me in a way that really resurrected that love I had for DC. Because I remember for a long time, a lot of people weren't aware I was a DC fan, but that's because of Justice League's failure, or to me personally, I didn't like the movie. But yeah, it's just, sorry if I rambled on too much, but that's just my little story. But yeah. Uh, Next comment, Tyrant says, oh, thank God, Isaac. My mind blown. Tyrant says, that soundtrack of Shang-Chi, damn, that slaps hard. Yeah, let's actually say this right now. I think that soundtrack to Shang-Chi was great. What's that song? They play the song when they're going to China. And it's like the song where they're going to that battle place, that Fight Club place. It's like, don't, from Sway Lee, it says, don't leave me in the dark. I remember listening to that song 2 days before the movie came out, and I love that song. It was in my playlist. It still is, and I love that song a lot. I like to listen to that song when I'm in a car, because it feels like that song you listen to while cruising, and while I'm driving, I like to listen to it. They also had that song at the end in the credits. What's it? It's like, when I'm cruising for with the 4th of July. I don't know what the song's name is. I also have that one in my playlist. I like that one. But the song they kept referencing was one of my favorite songs of all time, and that's Hotel California. When they go to the club. I love that post credit. By the way, spoilers to Shang-Chi. It's been months, so I don't know if you haven't seen it, that's your fault. But when they played that post credit scene with Wong, where they're like, you're about to be an Avenger. This is a big deal. You just met with Captain Marvel and Bruce Banner. And you see him with Wong just vibing and listening, and playing Hotel California. I love that. I love that moment a lot. But anyways, yeah, the soundtrack to Shang-Chi was great. The score to Shang-Chi was pretty good. I like the I don't know how it goes, but I love that score a lot. I think it's really good. I think Shang-Chi's soundtrack as a whole was really good. But yeah, next, hold up, give me a minute real quick. Yeah, sorry guys, I had to check something real quick. But anyways, next comment. Uh, Tyran says it's on Disney Plus. Wait, hold up. What movie are we talking about? Oh, I think we're talking about Princess Bride. I don't know. I could be wrong. But anyways, next comment is Tyran says, "Wait for real." It is awesome. I'm assuming you're talking about when I was talking about Man of Steel. But yeah, Man of Steel was like that beginning moment of my life. It's not like after that moment I began being a bigger movie fan. I became not like a hardcore movie fan. I became more of a lover of movies as a whole, where it's like I started seeing them not as just movies, but now as experiential events. But yeah. Next comment from Tyrion says, "Yeah, Isaac, do you watch Young Justice?" No, I have not. If not, I highly recommend it. I should probably check it out. There's a lot of current DC animated stuff I don't check out unless it's something like Injustice, since Injustice is one of my favorite storylines of all time, I just checked it out, the animated movie, and I did a review on it. I didn't like it, but there's a few times where I do check it out. Like, I'll admit, Doom Patrol. I was not excited for Doom Patrol because it looked cheap. Not a big fan of the CW anymore, um, but I watched Doom Patrol. It took me a long time to watch Doom Patrol. And when I eventually watched it, I was so surprised by how much I really liked Doom Patrol. I don't love it, but I really liked Doom Patrol, and I was surprised. And Superman and Lois also surprised me. I really like Superman and Lois. I was surprised, but anyways. Let me drink some water real quick. Also, my bottle ran out. I've not drank a lot of water, and I need more water because I am doing this show solo, but in like 5 minutes, I'm going to go get a new, freshly cold water bottle because I'm very dehydrated right now. But it will only be like a minute break. In like 5 minutes, we're going to take that 1 minute break. But you guys stay tuned because, yeah. But, Tyrion says, "I never heard that hotel song until I saw Shang-Chi." Yeah, I'll admit I had not heard to Hotel California in a long time until the movie showed Hotel California. But yeah, man, it's cool, man. At least you get to hear another great song in Shang-Chi. But yeah, next comment. Next comment is, what's the next comment? Okay. Factoid, I saw Hotel California live in '82. That's awesome, man. That's pretty cool, man. That's pretty cool. I really like that. I really like the song. In a dark desert highway, cold wind in my hair. Yeah, I can't sing at all, but I do love Hotel. It's probably in my top favorites. I don't have a particularly favorite song. But I don't have a particular favorite song. Like, I'm not a big music guy. Like, I know a lot of people in my life. For example, if you're a Travis Scott fan, you'll keep up with his albums. Or if you're a fan of, like, I don't know, Eminem, or I don't know, something like that music. I've never been like that. I've always been someone who I'll like an artist's song, but after that, I don't keep up with them. I just tend to like listen to it. Like, I don't care what genre it is, whether it's hip hop, rap, whatever. I'll just if it sounds good, I'll put it in my playlist. But I'm not someone who, like, I have this close friend of mine who really likes the baby, and he'll keep up with his albums, keep up with everything. And I've never been able to do that. But then again, I do the same exact thing with movie directors where, like, James Gunn, I'll support anything James Gunn does. Christopher Nolan, I'll support anything Christopher Nolan does. Or Denis Villeneuve or Steven Spielberg. or anyone really like that. Maybe more in Scorsese, but I'll do that. But I don't do that with music. But yeah, that's just a fun fact. But anyways, whoa, dude, that's epic. Tyrant says cold water is always good. Yeah, I always drink a lot of water, a lot of cold water. Now, I've been saying this. I've been trying to lose weight these last couple of weeks, and I've cut out soda completely from my life. I do drink energy drinks. That's my negative. I do drink energy drinks. I do drink Bang, which has 0 calories, 0 sugars. But I only drink like one can, and then after that, I drink water only. I've been doing that for a long time because I do want to lose a couple pounds because I'm a pretty fat boy. But um, but I have been drinking more water often. And cold water, I love cold water. Cold water just tastes so good, especially when I'm doing a live stream like this where I'm just talking and talking and talking. Um, cold water just feels so good. It feels so good. But yeah, I like cold water a lot, and I'm about to get one. But I'll take a break for just like a minute or so. But yeah, BK Dan says switching gears a bit, keeping it comic book stuff. Are you excited for Ant-Man Quantumania with Bill Murray? Yeah, I heard recently that Bill Murray said that he was in an MCU project, and everyone obviously assumes that it's Ant-Man Quantumania. I like Bill Murray. I love what's Groundhog Day? Groundhog Day. Yeah. Why did I almost forget the name? Obviously, I'm a big Ghostbusters fan, so we are gonna see him. I believe we're probably gonna see him in Ghostbusters Afterlife. I'm very excited. I'm. I love Paul Rudd. I love Ant Man's character. I really like that first movie. I like that first movie, but you know, I wasn't a fan of Ant Man and the Wasp. I wasn't a big fan of that movie. It's one of my least favorite MCU movies. But I am excited for Quantumania because we are going to see Jonathan Majors back as Kang the Conqueror. We are going to be seeing Bill Murray. I love Paul Rudd, so seeing Paul Rudd once again is great as always. Uh, you know, and David Dash Mouse. I apologize, but I can't pronounce his last name. By the way, I don't. Tyran knows this, but BK Dan, I'm actually dressing up as Polka Dot Man for Halloween, and after the break, I will show you an image of that. But I am dressing up as Polka Dot Man for Halloween this year. Yeah, I know it's crazy. I'll show you the costume in a bit because I did take a few pictures, but after I take the break. But let me finish this comment. But yeah, I'm pretty excited for Ant-Man Quantumania. I like the title of it, Quantumania. That sounds pretty cool. Very excited for it. They're probably gonna go through the quantum realm, so it's pretty excited. But yeah. Next comment from Tyran: the fact that Bill Murray in Ant-Man 3 is awesome. Yeah, I think that's pretty awesome, man. I cannot wait to see what they do. I wonder what Bill Murray is gonna play. I don't think he's gonna be a big role. I don't think he's gonna be a big role. I do think he's gonna play a small role, but not a cameo role. More of a role that he's there for at least 5 minutes and then gone or something like that. I could be wrong, but yeah. Or for all I know, maybe he's Galactus himself. Not joking. I know Bill Murray said that this is gonna be his only comic book movie, so he's gonna be a one-time thing. But yeah. Um, but anyways, I'm about to get into the other comments. Let me drink a little bit of water. I'll put this image right now on screen, but don't worry, it'll just be 1 minute. I'll drink a little bit of water and then we'll be right back. So stay tuned, everyone who's watching. I'll be right back in just 1 minute because we've gone over an hour and 6 minutes. All right, we're back. That felt good. It felt good to drink some water. Took a little bit of break. Um, we're gonna go like 30 more minutes, and then we're gonna end the stream. We've been going for a pretty long. I like going over an hour because that feels like it's enough time, to just talk, hang out. Also, I want to ask you before I read the comments. I want to ask you guys something. So I want to do these streams more often, where like every day besides like Sunday probably, but like every day at like 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, which is around this time right now. Um, I want to do kind of like a daily stream, because I do like doing live streams a lot. They help me a lot. They're very distracting, um, and I like them a lot. I like them a lot. But I do want to ask you guys: would you guys be intrigued in something like that, or I just do live streams, every night for like every weekday, kind of like basically almost after dark, just more often, where we kind of just discuss a daily movie topic, and if there's no news that day, we just talk as movie fans as we like. But I do want to know y'all's opinion on that. If you just kind of want to hear what anyone has to say about that. But anyways, next comment. Which comment was I on? BK dances. Lol. I lost 250 pounds. Oh my god. Uh, got divorced. What can I say? She's a big woman. That's a pretty funny joke, man. Um, yeah. Uh, yeah. For wait, so did you actually lose 250? That's I've seen videos of people who have lost that much. I'm like, wow. But okay, I'm assuming it's a joke, but that's a pretty funny joke. But yeah. Next comment from Tyran, the movie chief. Uh, wait, hold up. Okay, hold up. Let me read it from my phone because I've been reading these comments from my phone. But mm, sorry. Next comments. The first time I heard of Bill Murray was in Garfield. Oh my god, I still remember watching that Garfield movie as a kid. Wow, that Garfield movie. I believe the first time I heard of Bill Murray, I probably saw the Garfield movie before I ever saw Ghostbusters, but Ghostbusters was definitely the first time I saw Bill Murray's face. I really like that first Ghostbusters movie. It gives me nostalgia. I really like it, but yeah. Um, Next comment, BK Dan says, "Sorry, my time for water breaks. If so, I stepped away for a minute too. I was about a minute off. You were close, man. You were close. But yeah, I just had to take a quick water break. I had to get my cold water. I feel better. I feel like I went an hour without drinking water. Um, I went an hour without drinking water. I really should have prepared this stream an hour in advance, cause that's dangerous. It is pretty dangerous if I'm not getting enough water. I mean, I don't know how John Campia does it so often, um, where it's like he, everyone knows he grabs his Zebia, his Sevia, sponsor him, you sons of B words, but you'll talk for like 2 hours, 3 hours, I mean not 3 hours, but 2 hours almost daily, and not only that, but then he has to do the companion videos, and then he has to live his daily life. Obviously he has to talk to his wife and stuff like that. And it's like, ooh, I gotta give that man credit. I gotta give that man credit for for how much he's talking. Eventually, one day he's gonna lose his voice, but you know, if I was to do these daily streams, it would be like an hour. I wouldn't go as long as 2 hours, but yeah, but these get you like I've told I believe one time I did a stream, and I think it was a Godzilla vs Kong stream, and I believe my friends. So I hang out with my friends a lot because I love them a lot. So obviously I want to be with them. But I remember after a stream, I went to their house and we were gonna go to this Chinese restaurant in our town, and I remember they saw me very tired, and I told them, dude, because I believe the stream went on for 2 hours and 30 minutes, and I told them, dude, doing streams for that long is exhausting, because you're talking nonstop for a long time, and it's a very very difficult. I mean, not difficult as in like construction work, obviously not, but like it's difficult for in exhaustion levels. The good thing, the big positive from this is it gets you to drink a lot of water, and drinking water is good for you. So yeah, I guess that's the benefit. But yeah, Tyron says welcome back. I'd be totally down for a daily stream. That's awesome. But I would probably also want to get a co-host just to help a little bit, kind of balance things out. Not all the time, but maybe like a couple of streams for some time. But yeah, I can catch you probably like 3 to 4 days a week at a time ish. That's fine, man. Honestly, just watch it whenever you want, whenever you can. Uh, but yeah, I would like to do something like that, just for fun. Have some time to kill after work. Just come home, because I will admit the worst. One, it could also help me for my weight loss, because one thing I do that I hate so much is that when I come home from work, I'll just start snacking. I'll get the first sugary thing I find, and I'll just start snacking. Or either I snack, or I'll like stop by a, or I'll stop by like a fast food place, maybe like a Popeyes, because I love Popeyes. Popeyes is probably my favorite restaurant in the world. Maybe I'll stop by like a Burger King or McDonald's, Chick-fil-A, whatever. I'll tend to stop by those places, and I'll either do that, or I'll like go to like this convenience store that's like a minute away from me, and I'll just snack and snack. And I'm like, dude, I think I've realized that the more, because on Mondays after work I go play soccer with my boss, because my boss is at this church where they play soccer every Monday night, and I go with them, and I realize that I'm snacking a lot less when I give myself time to avoid doing that. And maybe doing streams could be that. I will say Mondays would probably be off limits, but Sundays would definitely be off limits. Mondays would probably be that too, but every other day could be whatever. But yeah, but let me read the next comment. Tyron says, "Do it, just do it." Yeah, yeah. I remember that was a big meme back in the day. Glad to see it come back. But yeah, BK Dan says, seriously down about 130 from heaviest from high school to now. Oh my god, man, that is a lot of weight, dude. 130. That's the amount of weight someone has in total, dude. That's impressive, BK Dan, man. Good on you for losing 130. The most I've ever lost was around 22 pounds, which was like last year. I remember I lost so much weight that my jeans were starting to feel so loose that I would have to tie in the belt really tight. And my shirts, I started getting like smaller size. Like I wear large, but I remember I started getting mediums. But during the pandemic, I ruined myself, and I've been trying to get back to that, because one thing about me is I'm very good at working out. Like I love working out. I love bench pressing. Bench pressing is fun. It makes me feel good. My favorite workout is running in the mornings for like 2 hours, especially now that it's starting to get cold. It's not really that cold. It's only like 46 here, but Texas is a very hot place. But 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 what was I saying? What was I saying? But that's what I was mentioning earlier about my running. I like to run, and I listen to John Campea at the time. Every morning I'll listen. I basically start off the morning listening to his podcast. But that's how I wake up, and I like working out. But my biggest problem is my snacking. Like I cannot non-stop snack. Like, dude, I eat too much bread. I eat too much of things I'm not supposed to be eating often. But I think doing streams could distract me from snacking, because I notice the times I snack is 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 the times I snack is is around the time when I have nothing to do. Like I'll get home from work. Um, I'll get home from work, and I'll just start eating, because I'll be at home and I'm like, wow, I have some free time finally. And then my first decision is I'll start snacking. Instead of getting an apple or banana, I'd be that dumb person who just starts eating like stuff that I should be more careful, which I have. I have been substituting things. Like for example, I'm trying to get rid of bread, because eating too much bread's not really the best thing for me. But yeah. Anyways, let me get to the next comments. Um, but that's impressive, dude. That's 130 pounds, dude. Uh, But dude, 130 pounds, dude, that's something very few people can say they did. But yeah, BK Dan says Campy is constantly has a drink nearby and is constantly talking about hanging out with Ann. Yeah, he has that Zevia all the time near him. I know John Campia said he's lost like I think he said 50, 30, 40 pounds before, which is a lot also. Uh, but I know I actually been wanting to try a Zevia because from what I hear from Campia, it sounds pretty good, but I've not even looked for one. I should probably look for one tomorrow when I'm at a store. I'll probably stop by like a Walmart or something, and they'll probably have one. Maybe they won't. I could be wrong, but I need to try one. I need to try one. I need to try one at least. Also, what's up, Joker? Welcome to the stream, man. I need to try one just to see what Campus Hype is about. And look, he is really sponsoring them. Free sponsorship from Zevia, man. I mean, free sponsorship for Zevia. But yeah. Uh, Next comment, Tyran says, looking for a co-host. I would love that. I would like to have you on, but I would have to think about it. Uh, I'm reading Joker's comments. I'll let me get into them later, but I could get you on Tyran. I would just have to plan the streams ahead because I do want to make my streams a little better. I need to start practicing on OBS. Probably the first couple of weeks I'll do them alone, but then eventually I'll eventually get tired enough to where I need a co-host. But anyways, next comments. BK Dan says I don't work anymore. Had to retire at an early age, hence I have the time to book and watch TV and movies a lot. That's awesome, dude, and that's pretty good, man. That you get to watch movies, pretty often, watch shows. I remember when the pandemic first began on my job, and when I was in high school. I graduated during the pandemic, so I guess I get to call myself a pandemic graduate. But when I was in both, I finally had some time off, and I had months and months where I didn't work and didn't go to school, and I caught up on a lot of stuff. For example, the CW Flash, I had not seen what was it, season 5. Caught up on it, didn't like it, so I gave up. But I did catch up on a lot of movies and shows. I rewatched a lot of movies and shows. Like I rewatched the entire original Star Wars trilogy for the first time in like a couple of years. I did an entire I did an entire MCU binge. Like I watched every MCU movie like in a row, like in its timeline. I did that. I watched the Indiana Jones movies again. I I watched the entire Office series. I did a lot of binging, a lot of watching, but yeah. Um, Hold up. Next comments. Um, BK Dan says, yeah, when I was about your age, I was a 50-inch waist. Now at 36. Oh my God, that is a big change. The real question is, BK Dan, what did he do with those old jeans? Like, what did he do with those old jeans? Did you end up keeping them just for show, or keep them for backup in case you ever got big again, or maybe you just gave them to another person who needed them more? I do wonder that, because I have a friend of mine who used to be bigger than me. He was pretty fat, and this was like years ago, and he lost so much weight that now I think he's growing a six pack, and he's very athletic now. And he gave all his old clothes, and he said he had to pay a lot of money for new clothes. I don't know exactly how much weight he lost, but he did lose a significant amount. That he gave the clothes to this big friend I have. Is this friend I have that he's big, he's pretty heavy, and he gave him all his clothes, and and it was actually pretty surprising to see that. But yeah, next comments. Tyrant says Campy is awesome. Also, since we're talking about weight loss, I'm not big, but I'm about like 150 to 170 pounds. Not too much, but I would like to be more healthier. Yeah, man, it's always good to get healthy, even if you're like skinny. Like let's say you're very skinny. You don't have like fat in you. It's always good to just work out. It's good for physical, but it's also good for mental, because I noticed that the times I'm happiest, or the times I'm more proud of myself, is when I'm at the time working out. Like, I feel good about myself when I'm sore, and I think it's, it doesn't even have to be like a big workout. It can be something as simple as going for like a 30-minute walk, like outside, or something simple as like 20 push-ups a day. Something simple. It's always nice to just stay in check. It's good to be good for the body. But yeah, recently I've been doing a lot of weight loss. Like this last week, I do think I've been progressing pretty well. I've been feeling better about myself. But yeah, next comment, Joker. Now we're in Joker's comments. Hungry, growing boy. Tyrant says need to cut back on snacks. Dang, you American food. Yeah, I eat a lot of American food. Not only that, but I'm Hispanic, and in Hispanic families, it's when you're Hispanic, it's tough to avoid like food because Hispanic parents, Hispanic families, they just love having, like, I'm not joking. I'm about to tell you guys something that most of y'all might not know, but in Mexican and Salvadoran culture, in Hispanic culture, it's actually normal to drink Coke in the morning, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And I'm not joking. When I would go to Mexico, every time they would say, "Hey, where's the Coke?" It's like, go to the local convenience store and buy a Coke. And it's like they drink so much Coke that I was like, nah, man, I don't know how you can lose weight in Mexico. Not only that, but they eat a lot of tortillas. I know in Salvador it's a lot of bread, and it's in a lot of Hispanic countries. There's a lot of food. I it's always hard to avoid that kind of food, but my biggest problem is American food, fast food, because it's like right there. It's like when I pass by. So I live in a city. I'm not gonna say the city's name due to privacy, but I live in a mid-sized city near Houston, Texas. Um, and the city is a very fast-growing city, and it's like a little town, but it's been growing faster. And when I'm leaving work, I have to pass by this. It's like a 17-minute drive, and I pass by Panda Express, a Whataburger, a Chick-fil-A, a Raising Cane's, a McDonald's, a Burger King, a Popeyes, a a Sonic. I pass by a couple of Mexican places. I pass by this Vietnamese restaurant. Uh, I pass by a lot of restaurants, and it's kind of in that position. So when I'm driving, it's kind of like the world is telling me you gotta eat food. It's like you gotta eat all this bad stuff. And there's like like the closest to like a healthy restaurant is probably Panera Bread, which sells pretty good salads. I like those salads. But yeah. Anyways, Joker says, "Oh crap, I missed it. Thanks." Joker says, "I'm at 320 pounds. I'm trying to get up to 500 so I can get a check and retire." You know who you sound like? You sound like you're doing the Christian Bell challenge, dude. I don't Christian Bell. What the heck, man? That dude's been ripped. He's been very fat, and he's been insanely skinny. The scariest one to look at is when he was insanely skinny because he really looked like, I don't know how I would be able to do that. Like, I know Christian Bell said he starved himself, which is obvious to tell, but dude, he was so skinny that I genuinely felt like if you shook his hand, his arm would fall off. But yeah. But anyways, I guess Joker, if you want to gain some weight, I guess I don't know, man, but I mean, I guess you could do the Nico Avocado challenge. I guess I don't know, but anyways, Zevia sponsor me. Use cheap sons of B words. Yep, I love that line, man. I love that line. You know what, Zevia? You can sponsor me all you want. If Zevia wants to, I'll drink as much Zevia as you want on streams, on videos, if you pay me for it. But yeah, yeah, they're getting free sponsorship from John Campia. I mean, the fact I didn't even know what Zevia was until John mentioned it. But yeah. Um, Next comments. I'm actually finally below 300. All right, man. Just let me know when. BK Dan, nice. I'm trying to go the other way. 2020. I got some great rest. But anyways, BK Dan says not gonna peg my age in public, but let's say that I'm older than Star Wars and D&D. To be fair, I could tell because you were saying that you're from the 80s. But hey, man, I'm very young. Um, I'm young enough to where I can say that the prequels feel nostalgic to me. I guess you could say that. Um, I'm young enough to where, I think I've revealed my age, but let's just say I'm young enough to where I wasn't alive when the first Spider-Man. Wait, no, wait. What year did the first Spider-Man movie came out in 2002? No, I was old enough when the first Spider-Man came out, but Um, let's just say that I was a I let's just I don't know. Oh well, you guys get the point. Ignore it. But anyways, next comment. BK Dan says can't wait for Indy 5, assuming Harrison Ford lives till then. Oh yeah, I heard he got an injury from it. I'm excited for Indy 5. I know Geeks and Gamers isn't excited for it just because a woman's in it, but oh well, I'm very excited for Indy 5 because I'm excited to see Indiana Jones back again in the big screen. It's been a long time since Indiana Jones has come out, but yeah. Anyways, next comment. What's the next comment? Okay, wait, hold up. Next comment. I'm older than dirt. I got rid of old pants to Goodwill. That's pretty cool, man. You're donating. That's pretty cool, man. Imagine how it feels like to lose so much weight that your jeans look so unrecognizable when you put them on again. Like I've never had that because I've only lost like 20 pounds before, and my jeans they felt more baggy, but I remember I had to tighten my belt a lot. But yeah. Um, Next comment. That's crazy. BK Dan says, I'm Irish descent, so a lot of weight came from empty calories from alcohol. Yeah, I hear that Irish people love alcohol. Um, Conor McGregor. What's some other famous Irish people? Why am I forgetting? I mean, Jack Grealish. I know he's Irish, but he plays for England. I know a lot of Irish people don't like him, uh, but yeah, I always hear that Irish people love alcohol. It's in every movie. In every movie, in every movie, if you want to emphasize that someone's Irish, they always make them drink alcohol. It's always in every movie. Like, correct me if I'm wrong, but in every movie, anytime they're like, "Hey, look, this guy is Irish," we make them drink alcohol. It's every movie, but yeah, a lot. But yeah, next comments. A Joker says, "I normally lay down and roll down the driveway." Joker, you're funny, man, but I normally lay down and roll down the driveway. I guess you can't, if you're trying to gain that much weight, you really don't want to walk because that is burning some calories and you really don't want to do that. But Joker, good, I guess whatever makes you happy, whatever. If gaining, I mean, let's be honest, being fat is good because it's like a force field. A lot of people don't realize this, but when you have a six pack, you make your stomach more easy to penetrate. But like when you're fat, you have like that force field to protect your six pack underneath it. No, I'm joking. That's some dumb logic, but it's I call it my force field. It is my force field. Um, but next comments. Next comment. BK Dan says, I live in a small slash large city in CT. I don't know what CT is. Um, I don't know. I guess I'm just gonna assume it's a similar size city from where I'm from. But yeah, near a lot of fast food and worked a lot of fast food too. Hence the name BK Dan. Oh, I didn't actually know that. Uh, I did not. I did not know that. Um, yeah, I actually didn't. I did not know that that was the origin of the name BK Dan. That's actually pretty creative. I didn't question it, but now I guess I know. But yeah, next comment, BK Dan 20. Guess your age. Close enough. I'll be 20 2 days before No Way Home comes out. So there you go. Yeah. But anyways, Tyrant the Movie Chief 2002. Oh, that was awkward. Yep. I'm an awkward person. What can I say? BK Dan says, yeah, 15 years since the last indie movie. Yeah, it's been a long time. In fact, I'll be honest, I cannot remember when that last movie came out because obviously I was too young to remember. But yeah. Next comments. What's the next comment? Uh, Wait, what was the next comment I was in? Okay. Okay. Oh, yes. Yeah, I lost 130. Lost a whole person. Yeah, 130. I think I've heard people say that they're 130. Like people my age, like people who probably shouldn't be 130 pounds. I don't know, but oh, well. But that is a lot of weight, dude. That's actually impressive, man. Give yourself a round of applause. But that's insanely good, man. That's really good. But yeah, Indy 5. I'm so hyped. Don't care what geeks and gamers say. Yeah, I don't care what geeks and gamers says. I've made a video on them. In fact, I was actually about to make a live stream on them, but I decided not to because I don't want I like it when my live streams are about movies specifically, rather than talking about other YouTubers. But yeah, I'm not a fan of Geeks and Gamers. But yeah, but next comments. What's the next comments? Okay. Um, BK Dan says he's drinking in every movie, TV show to stereotype Irish. Yeah, in a lot of movies you'll see like stereotypes. Uh, like for example, this I don't like this stereotype, but this was a stereotype that happened a lot in movies back in the day. I remember back then Asian people were depicted as like, all the bad negative stereotypes. Like in the Hangover movies, you saw this. You saw this in a lot of things, where like the Asian guy would be like this guy with this funny accent, um, who's very smart at math but isn't aware of American culture. Like I would see that a lot in movies often, like a lot of movies that came out before the year like 2015. Like a lot of movies made fun of Asians in that way. There have been stereotypes like that before. And for Irish people, it was a lot the drinking. Like in every movie, they'll always, you know, this is how the process of script writing. The writers are like, all right, we need to emphasize that this character is Irish. All right, so how do we emphasize on that? Let's have the guy drink beer and be an alcoholic. All right, good idea. But that's how it is. That's how it is. But yeah. Uh, Next comment, Joker says, "I'm 6'7", 300 pounds. Dang, you're tall, dude. I'm, I'm actually pretty short. I'm gonna say my height, and anytime I say my height, everyone is surprised. And look, I can't blame you if you can't tell if I'm short or tall from my videos, because I don't think anyone's ever on my YouTube has ever seen my legs. But I'm only 5'5". I'm a very short person. I'm a very short person. I'm 5'5", so I'm very short. I'm insanely short. Everyone in my life calls me short, well, except in my family, but everyone around me, personal life, I'm a very, very short person. But yeah. Next comment. Tyran says, "Roll down the hill." Oh God, dude. Man, if someone really wants to gain weight, they got to start rolling. No more walking, and actually get a wheelchair. Get a wheelchair if you don't want to. If you don't want to. If you don't want to burn any calories at all, you don't want to risk it. But next comments. What's the next comment? Okay. BK Dan says, "I had a six pack in midriff. It was hidden beneath the keg." Well, yeah, we all have 8 packs. We all have 8 packs, but we all hide it. But yeah. Um. Next comments. Where was I? All right, Tyrant, thumbs up. CT, Connecticut. Okay, I assumed it was Connecticut, but I didn't want to look stupid. But hey, I wish I had said it. That way I would have looked smart. But yeah. Um. Next comments. My son's 21, November 17th. Oh, he's older than me. But Uh. Well, hold up. Old enough to be your dad, literally. Yep, definitely, definitely. My dad, my dad wasn't didn't grow up a movie fan. In fact, he's never. I think he's told me he's never seen the original Star Wars. He doesn't get geek culture. Um, but he was probably being your age. He's like in his late 40s, I believe. But yeah. Anyways, um, Joker. I'm so old. I used to ride a dinosaur to work. What is this? The Flintstones. But anyways, next comment. BK Dan. That, and I also have a grandson who's 7. That's awesome, dude. But yeah, BK Dan says 5'5" question mark. Yep, I'm 5'5" myself. I'm pretty short. At least I'm taller than Kevin Hart. Yes, I ended up finding out Kevin Hart is 5'4". I've always heard that Kevin Hart is short as the meme, and I always assumed that he was just my height, cause I'm obviously short. If I was famous, I would be seen as the short guy. But finding out Kevin Hart was shorter than me was actually surprising. I was like, oh dang. I mean, not by a big difference, but still a difference nonetheless. But yeah. On the nose, Joker says Hitler and Al Pacino are 5'5", by the way. Dang. I actually wait. Is that actually true? You know what? Let's find that out. Let's find that out right now. Let's find that out. Let's see if. Oh wait, no, that's not the image I want to remove. Let's see if that itself is true. Oh wait, it's locked. I just realized it's locked. But let's see if that's true. Let's Oh my god, I just realized this video was not monetized. It doesn't matter. It's not like I make a lot of money from this. But let's see if that's actually true. Oh no, I didn't mean to do that. I didn't mean to do that. But anyways, Hitler's height. All right, let's see. 5'9". Oh no, he's not 5'5". I mean, I know it's a joke, but I actually was not aware of what Adolf Hitler. I don't even know why we're searching up Adolf Hitler, but this is what this stream has come to, where we're searching up Adolf Hitler's height. He was 5'9". That's pretty. Well, to me, that's tall, because obviously I'm a short person, but I don't even know why I put that up. But what's the next person? Al Pacino. Al Pacino's height. Al Pacino's height. Let's see what Al Pacino's height is. Hold up. Oh wait, he is 5'5". Oh wait, hold up. Wikipedia. Yes, my teachers told me never to source never to source Wikipedia, but I'm gonna do it because doesn't matter. Oh well, I don't care, but I don't even know why I clicked on YouTube. But anyways, next comment is Tyrion says 5'5". That's not bad, bro. Thank you. Ooh, I can watch my own stream right now. Let's see what that's. Oh my god, watching my own stream. I'm breaking the multiverse, guys. Prepare to see me break the multiverse. I'm breaking the multiverse right now. I'm breaking the multiverse right now. Look, I'm watching my own stream. Also, I just realized that the comments do pop up. Yes, I broke the multiverse, guys. I watched my own stream, but anyways, you know what? I'll just put my channel here at the front because might as well. Also, we're almost at 1.1k. But yeah, that's my channel right there. But anyways, next comments. BK Dan says 5'7" myself. Oh, not that much difference. Tyran says he's 5'8". Sante, oh my god, 6'1". Dang, 6'1". That's pretty tall. That's pretty tall. I actually have a friend of mine who's 6'5", and he's insanely tall, dude. But yeah, Google says Pacino's 5'7". Joker says I was wrong, my bad. And Tyrion says, I love that you talk about supporting movie theaters because I want to support them too, no matter if it's good or a bad movie. I want to support the actors, the directors, and others working in the movie business. Yeah, I tend to say I always ask people, please watch it in theaters because, you know, theaters have been struggling, you know, obviously with the pandemic. And to me, movie watching culturally, the only way that these movies can be made if they're in theaters. Now there are exceptions, you know, some movies go on streaming because they're not as big, unless you're like Zack Snyder's Justice League. But then again, that's more because they had to do the VFX. Obviously, if they were to start from scratch, it would never be on HBO Max to begin with. But I always want to tell people to please go support the theaters. I remember my friends. It was for Suicide Squad. I had seen the movie already twice, and they were talking about wanting to watch it, and they were about to watch it on HBO Max, and I told them, nah, guys, like, you cannot watch this movie on HBO Max. I know I let them have my password, so again, it is my own fault, but eventually I did have to persuade them to watch Suicide Squad in theaters, and I ended up watching it a third time in theaters because I'm like, dude, we gotta support it. Because to me, it's, I mean, yes, if you look, if a company is giving you a movie and streaming, then that's the company's fault right there. But, you know, I, as a movie fan, and I, as someone who wants to protect the theatrical business, I do tend to want to ask people to please go watch movies theatrically. I did that for Dune. I did that for Black Widow. I did that for a lot of movies, Halloween Kills, Space Jam: A New Legacy, all these movies. I tell people, hey, streaming is only going to kill these movies, and if you want to support these movies, then go. Unless like there's some exceptions. Let's say you're someone who doesn't have a theater open near you. That's understandable. Let's say you live in a country where theaters aren't open or whatever. That's understandable. But I always ask people to please watch it theatrically. But yeah. Um, um, Tyrant says, be very, very quiet. We're hunting Hitler. um, yes, let's hunt Hitler. I don't even know how. I think that's the first time we ever mentioned Hitler on this channel. Never that I think I'd go. I never that I think I'd go as far as to talk about Hitler on my streams. Never in my life did I expect that. But anyways, what was I gonna say? Break the fourth wall. Yeah, definitely. I broke the fourth wall. Broke the multiverse. Doctor Strange is about to show up in my house and tell me, dude, you're messing something up. Um, but anyways, next comment. Tyrant says, so Isaac, I forgot to tell you that I DM'd you about the Peacock thing. Also agree with Campia, Peacock, the name I hate. Yeah, I do think Peacock, the name is a little weird, but hey, I need to watch Office. And also, yeah, I did see that, Tyrant. I will click on it, and thank you so much, Tyrant, man. Shout out to you once again, man. And anyone who was joining us late or maybe watching the replay, y'all go support Tyran, man. His full channel name is Tyran, the Movie Chief. He does trailer reactions, movie reviews, anything movie related. So if you're a big movie guy, you're gonna love his channel. So y'all go subscribe to him. And again, thank you again, Tyran. But yeah, I don't like the Peacock name itself, but it is what it is. But anyways, Joker says, why aren't they using toy guns in Hollywood these days? Yeah, let me actually address this. Let me set the mood first, and then I'll address this because I need to address this. As a movie channel, I've not addressed it yet, but I might as well right now. All right, so I'm gonna address it a little bit right now. Um, let's see if I can get like a full image, just to kind of let me kind of address. Okay, I guess that's a good image to have. The Alec Baldwin situation. Now, I made a video on it and I uploaded it, but I decided to delete it because I did forget one of my problems with my video that I made, and I'm not sure if everyone saw it, but I made a video and I deleted it like after a couple of hours. I deleted it because there was some misinformation I had, and like one of the misinformations I had was I I kept saying how, the directors were at fault, the producers were at fault, until I realized I messed up, and I took down the video because I didn't want anyone else to get misinformation. And then I started learning more and more and more, and I decided not to make a video on it. But let me talk about this specific thing about guns and movies. Now, I grew up in a my dad is a big movie. I mean, he's a big gun person. He's a avid protector of the Second Amendment. He's a big gun person. So I did grow up learning how to use guns. I know that guns are something that people need to take serious. Now, I'm going to talk about it in a movie aspect. I understand why they used a gun, but something that needs to be addressed is that why in 2021 are we still using actual guns in movies? Why are we still using actual guns? Like, in all seriousness, why is it that a gun has to even be on set? Because movie sets are already dangerous. You have a lot of lighting equipment, you have a lot of heavy equipment, you got a lot of people worried. And if you're in like a Tom Cruise movie, you're in even more danger, or like a Jackie Chan movie, you got stunt doubles who got to work hard and do dangerous things. You got to do a lot of this. Also, I hate that there's so many ads. I don't want to sponsor Custom Ink. No, I don't want to. Why am I? Oh my God. I just want the image. I just wanted the image. But I It's 2021, and in 2021 there should not be an actual firearm on set because in nowadays we live in a world where you can get the audio of a gunshot easily on on YouTube, really easily, and you could have a fake gun. You could have powder. We no longer need to be using actual guns in movies, and I think that needs to be addressed. But anyways, that's just my quick thoughts. But anyways, yeah. BK Dan says, "What about CW doing Babylon 5 reboot? Anyone? I've not kept up with that, so I'm not familiar with what's going on with that project. But yeah, uh, bro, I'll be real. I'm torn because I want to see Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom, but the other hand, Amber Heard. I've not talked a lot about the Amber Heard situation. Um, but I'm still gonna watch Aquaman and Lost Kingdom, and I understand people not wanting to go support it because of Amber Heard and Johnny Depp situation, but I'm still gonna watch it because I'm excited for it. I love James Wan. I want to support James Wan and Jason Momoa and DC. I'm very excited because I really liked that first Aquaman movie. I think it was really good. Um, but yeah, I understand if you don't want to watch it. It makes sense. As a consumer, sometimes you just don't want certain things. Um, but yeah, let me silence that. I'll show you guys something in a bit. But anyways, you're welcome, my guy. Thank you. Tyran says, also I'm a huge music guy, but I 100% respect your opinion. I just put that on camera, but what was I saying? I'm a huge music guy, but 100% respect your opinion. Thank you, dude. My grandmother was a Munchinchi. Sorry if I mispronounced that, but she was 3'8". Dang, that's short. That's real short. But I'm not familiar with what a. Sorry if I mispronounce it again, but what a Munchinchi is, but that's really short, dude. But anyways, next comment is from BK Dan. I think that real guns firearms shouldn't have been on set since they were able to CGI them and using prop guns on set. Yeah, I agree. And also, I want to mention something that I know no one's mentioning. So, in Far From Home, there's a scene where Nick Fury has a gun, and I remember after Far From Home got released, there's an image of Samuel Jackson carrying a CGI a CGI thing that ended up being a gun. And I remember a lot of people were kind of like laughing at how the MCU needs to CGI everything. And man, looking at things now, that's actually the smarter way to go. Go with CGI, even in 2010 you could still do this. Just don't use a gun and edit VFX, something like that. Or you can create a structure that looks like a gun but not an actual gun where you can actually put a bullet in it or anything like that. But that's just my thoughts. But anyways, next comment from BK Dan. Um, Next comment from BK Dan. I don't care about the Amber Heard Johnny Depp situation. Things I have learned to separate the actor from the characters they have to portray. I agree to an extent. Like when an actor has done something bad or in a situation like Army Hammer, I do tend to separate the artist from the art. I always separate. Like I'll be honest, during the pandemic, I watched the Cosby Show, and even though I think Cosby is a disgusting person, I still watched because I liked the art. While I disagree with the artist, I still watch the art. I understand why other people are different on this topic, but from my perspective, I'm like that where I'm like, hey, I'm someone who I separate both things, but not everyone's like that. But about the Amber and Johnny Depp situation, I've not talked about it because I'll talk about it when the court case is over with, and then eventually I can break it down. But for now, I've not talked. I apologize, but I've not talked about it because I just don't have enough information. But I understand why other people have concerns about Amber Heard and Johnny Depp and all that. But yeah, it is what it is. But anyways, Joker says with the technology these days, it's insane to have real guns on movie set. I agree with you, Joker, man. There shouldn't be actual real life guns in movies anymore. Especially, we live in a world where you can make you can do a giant starfish in a movie. So why can't we CGI guns? But Yeah. Anyways, and I hope that Hollywood learns from this. They should have learned from the Brandon Lee situation. They should have learned from that other situation. I forgot the actor's name is, but they should have learned from those situations. I think it's now time. It's better late than never. It's better late than never. And I think Hollywood as a whole needs to come into an agreement and say, look, we cannot put these people's lives at risk. You should not have to go to work and worry that you're not going to be able to make it that day for dinner. You should that it's that simple. When you're at work, you should not have to worry that that's going to be your last day of life, from something that's happening while at work. And I feel so bad for that woman. She was only 42 years old. That's really young to go, and it's sad, man. It broke my heart when I first heard it. She's a mother, she's a wife. It's tough for that kid, for the kids. I don't know how many kids she had, but I know she had a kid at least. I feel bad for him for not being able, or her, for not being able to grow up with a mother. The husband must be tough for him. The love of your life was just taken away from you. I feel so bad for Alec Baldwin, who now has to live with the trauma of feeling like he took the life of someone. He felt like he now has to live with the feeling of taking away the life of someone. I feel so bad for Alec Baldwin because the dude. Yeah, it's tough, but anyways, next comments. Uh, Tyrion says, I need to talk about it some more before making a decision on Aquaman 2 because I really want to support James 1 and love the first movie. And look, man, I said this already. It's understandable if you don't want to watch it. It's always everyone has a perspective on certain things. I'm personally going to see it because I am someone who's a little different on that position, but hey man, it's completely understandable that you feel that way. Not everyone has to feel my way. But yeah, also here's an image of me with my Superman shirt, which I'm actually sitting in this exact position right now, except I have the lights off and I don't have the camera with me. But I am in this exact position right here. But I just put this image just because this is the camera, I guess, for now. But anyways, uh, also it's not on. Why is it not in HD right now? I know the video came out in HD, but but you guys like my background. I like this background. Over here, you see my Suicide Squad copy. Well, you can't tell from the terrible HD, but then I got my Fast and Furious packets. I got an Aquaman poster right here. We were talking about Aquaman, but I have an Aquaman poster right here. I got Batman drawing. I actually drew this Batman drawing. Infinity War poster, Batman vs. Superman, Star Wars. Here in the back, you can't tell that much, but here in the back, it's a Marvel Comics poster. Over here, I have like two comics. There's a Superman one right here, a Batman one right here, and then there's this drawing of Stan Lee that I drew. And then you got my Funko Pops toys, my Jared Leto Joker poster that I never hang up, my Zack Snyder's Justice League poster, and yeah, there's actually a part of my studio that I have a giant stack of Funko Pops that don't come in frame, which is like behind the camera practically. But yeah, um, next comment. What's the next comment? Joker says, I can't get into the Aquaman dude for some reason. I've tried to like him, but with no success. Hey, man, that's understandable. For everyone, it's subjective. Some people will either like it or not like it. I personally liked Jason Momoa's Aquaman. I liked Aquaman as a character as a whole. But hey, it's understandable, man. It's all subjective. But yeah. Next comments. Uh, Tyrant says, I know what you mean because as for me, I still like Baby Driver. I love Baby Driver, man. But even though Kevin Spacey did stuff, yeah, I'm not going to get into the Kevin Spacey stuff, but yeah, it's another one of those situations where I separate the art from the artist. Not a Kevin Spacey fan, but I did like Baby Driver a lot, but yeah. Next comment from BK Dan. But as far as guns on set, they switched to props in 2002 doing Stargate when they were shooting the show in Canada. That's good right there, Look, my only thing I have to say about the guns in movies is I don't care if there's a prop master. I don't care if there's experts. I do think it needs to be said that no more guns that actually has a chance on killing someone. I think it's time you either CGI it, make it a prop to where you can't put a bullet at all or even powder or anything, kind of like a statue. I don't know, but yeah, it is what it is. But next comment, Joker says, I haven't seen Baby Driver yet, but my wife loved it. I will watch it soon. Yeah, I really like Baby Driver. Baby Driver was a pretty fun movie, so I do recommend it. I have it on DVD. In fact, look at where the arrow's at. It's actually right here. I have a copy of Baby Driver on Blu-ray right here near the bottom, like right here in this bottom corner. Yes, I remember where I organized my movies, but yeah. Anyways, never said this, but nice drawing. Yeah, I used to be a big drawer. I used to be a big drawing person because I used to create like my own comics, my own superheroes. I've not drawn in years, so I'm probably terrible at it now. But back in the day, I used to love drawing. I used to draw like my comics, my versions of stories. But I remember when Stan Lee passed away, I made this little tribute drawing to Stan Lee. This one took me a while. I did this Batman one. I have a couple of other. My favorite drawing of all time is this Joaquin Phoenix Joker one that I need to post on my Instagram or Twitter or something because I love that drawing. I love that drawing. But yeah, um, but yeah, sorry guys, I had to check something real quick. But what was I saying? All right, next time from Joker, The Killing Joke is my all-time favorite comic since I was a kid. I love the Killing Joke story. I have a stack of Funko Pops, and I've said this before, but I actually lost a lot of my comics from back in the day. They're either in like the attic in my house, or they're like in a place where I can have them. But I do have my copy of the Killing Joke still in my collection of like near my Funko Pop collection, so that's pretty cool. But I should probably show it in my Twitter or something. But yeah, um, Joker says the only good guy in comics I've ever liked is the Punisher. I really like the Punisher. Um, I'm not like the biggest Punisher fan, but I do like the Punisher. And but yeah, that's pretty cool, man. That's pretty cool. But let me check something real quick. Um, oh my God, we've gone 2 hours. So I'm gonna end off the stream in like 10 minutes. But dang, we've gone 2 hours. I think you guys can see it, but there's a 2 hour mark right there. I want to do this with camera, but for some reason the camera just is not working for me. Um, but I want to show you guys something real quick. So I have this right here. This look, I don't know if most of y'all know this, but I did start my own merchandise store, which you can find a link description down below. But here's like this little image of my merchandise store. Here's this little image. Now let's move that away. Let's move that away. And now let me show you my merchandise store. So I'm gonna quickly promote it just real quick. You can find it in the link description down below every time. Um, Over here, I always put it at the top. So if you ever want, also something I don't say often, there's like a Discord server right here. We have my Instagram right here, my Twitter account, my email, my business email. Um, but I do have a website for my merchandise, and I'm not doing a membership program on my YouTube channel. I've been asked before if I'll ever do it. I'm not going to do that. Instead, what I'm doing is I've just opened up this little merchandise store. If you ever want to show your support, there's like hoodies, there's shirts. I even have like these funny shirts that I created, like this Fast and Furious shirt, this Zack Snyder shirt. I want to create more shirts, just for the fun of it. But there's this one with my logo. They come in different colors and different sizes. There's this Ultimate Movie Nerd, which I like a lot. But my favorite one is this hoodie. This hoodie that I got. In fact, this hoodie I ordered it. I ordered this hoodie, and it will be coming out next week. And I got it in black. And I got this one. You see the logo right there. Channel for movie fans. But the merchandise store is more just to support the channel. Like if you ever want to support it, um, all the money goes down to making like I want to get like better equipment. I want to learn more on how to do OBS more. But yeah, that's just my quick promotion. But yeah, this is the hoodie I got. I call it the Ultimate Fan Hoodie because I don't know, it's my favorite thing I have. But anyways, let me read the comment. BK Dan says the guns in Stargate were props and not even real clips for the guns, not even blanks. Nice, like that right there is good. Like that right there, I like. I don't get why they didn't do it for Rust, but I hope Hollywood learns from this and we can eventually learn from this and we can make it safer for people on set because this should not be happening. And this is not Alec Baldwin's fault at all. It's not his fault. He was just doing his job. and it was not his fault on why the weapon was loaded. But anyways, or as far as we know, But anyways, next comment comes from Joker. Wilson Fisk, the Kingpin, is 6'7", 450 pounds, 300 pounds of pure muscle. Man, Wilson Fisk is strong, dude. He is strong. Um, yeah, he's insanely strong, and there's no stopping. There's no stopping the Kingpin himself. There's no stopping the Kingpin himself. But yeah. So we're gonna end off the stream in like a minute in like 10 minutes. Let me get this on screen. But yeah, there's the merchandise store if you ever want to support the channel. Again, the money goes into supporting the channel as a whole. It is what it is, but yeah. So wait, hold up. Is okay. Hold up, everyone watching. Can you hear my audio? Hold up. What the heck?